And then for Frank Hynes for the last 26 years, Frank, I was telling so many folks when I door knock in Situate that people there and here in Marshfield as well, people always knew that Frank would be there to respond, and the first thing out of people's mouths would be, will you be as effective as Frank Hynes? And one testament, as I've mentioned at some other events, one person's door I knocked and the woman said, well, where do you live? I said, well, I live in Marshfield. And she said, oh, that's too bad, because Frank Hynes lives here in Situate. And Frank, everybody saw Frank Hynes as being their neighbor, and that's the kind of tradition that I want to bring to this job, because this job is too important just for us all to say, well, government doesn't matter. And I can tell you, in the next 2 years, each and every one of you are going to be asked to step forward, not just to help with one campaign for the final 5 weeks, but to help me as we fashion what we want our government to do locally. And we had a wonderful primary, and Steve, it's a testament of your being here. The other candidates, we're going to be doing other events with them as well. But I have to say, Steve, you brought so many people into the political process, both with the 40B fight and through years, about pointing out things where Steve and I say we don't always agree, but we have a heck of a time at town meeting. We can sit side by side and vote against one another at times. But Steve always is bringing up very cogent, very important issues, Steve, and you did a terrific job in the campaign, and I'm honored that you're here today, and I appreciate your support in this race.
And I ran against Jim Cantwell in the Democratic primary, and Jim won. Jim and I have some differences on some opinions, but basically the principles that make me a Democrat are that I support infrastructure, health care for everyone, education, and public safety. But more importantly than that, one of my most important issues that I support is civil rights for everyone, no matter who they are, no matter what gender they are, no matter how much money they make, what their race is, what their religious beliefs are, or their sexual orientation. And I know that Jim has that close to his heart. I believe Jim to be a good, decent person, and that's why I'm supporting Jim completely in this race.